Heartily welcome back to our newest episode of Ask the Founder, dear Simon. Today's question is about one of the most important things within the future multiverse. It's the multidimensionality. If to use this, you need VR glasses. And some mention, okay, VR glasses are not the cheapest thing on earth, to say it like that.
Yeah.
So is there any plan about creating an own VR glass of Future Multiverse, or do you see there may be any difficulties for the scaling of Future Multiverse because there are no cheaper glasses? Perhaps you can tell us something about this.
Very good. Thank you for the question. Very important, very essential, I think, for many people who are considering to use this platform or eager to use this platform and in general technology. And I think to start with multidimensionality first is that our platform is not only allowing and has solved that you can go from one dimension, technically speaking, for example, from an office in a closed environment to an open environment to a complete another country on another continent, basically, or potentially even to the moon within a second when you're inside of that environment already. Multidimensionality also refers to the different devices that you can choose before you enter this platform and this environment. I think it's very critical that we have, let's say, an adaptability allowing different types of devices because not everyone already has a VR glass available to enter the platform with a VR glass. Point one. Point two, as you said, those glasses also, people have to be able to afford it, of course. And we're not only, let's say, considering successful corporate businesses or governments, but also individuals of different kinds. We also want to make it accessible and adoptable for everyone in any continent. So it's very important for us that people can not only enter with VR glasses, but also with their existing devices they already have, means their PC laptops, their tablets, as well as their smartphones. And definitely it's seeable that even in, for example, many places in Africa, more and more people are getting access to smartphones. For example, Elon Musk has even created a new Tesla phone, basically a smartphone that is very capable, that even can communicate with Starlink to really make phones, access to the internet massively accessible around the world. So there's a big growth, even in those areas where smartphones were not yet so available, even there, more and more people get access to phones. So for us, we have created a solution where our platform can be fully used even with a smartphone, even with access to Starlink, satellite internet, and let's say offering the full scope. At the same time, VR glasses are still in further development. So for example, people like Elon Musk, when he was asked what he's thinking about, let's say the metaverse, or let's say specifically about VR glasses, his answer to it was, isn't it true that, parents, when we were little, they told us not to look into screens too much, like into PCs as well as into televisions, etc. And now people are asked to basically have the screen right in front of their eyes for a long period of time. Like there's a lot of depth to that, and definitely it is, not recommendable to have devices that are, turning hot, turning warm, for example, after a certain period of time, too close to the eye for a certain period of time. So I think this entire space is further developing continuously. And the current stage of those VR glasses are not in the same stage in 1 year. There will be another stage in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now. There will be a strong growth rate, or let's say further development rate of those devices. Potentially, as for example, you are wearing a glass right now, that in a very advanced way, that into the glasses that you are buying, already you have AR, mixed reality, virtual reality integrated, for example, that you're using the existing glass that you have, but in a way which is not turning hot too much, so that basically your eye doesn't have any, let's say, negative health effects, for example. So there's many ways in which ways the glasses are further developing. We definitely have put the focus on making our platform accessible, usable, fully functional on the devices that anyone already has, rather than limiting it to VR glasses. But those, of course, who own and who want to own and who are excited actually about using the existing VR glasses that are already there, which is also definitely a great experience, but it just has to be same as it just has to be balanced. So you should not be 24 hours into a glass like that. Also not 12 hours in one go. You should, have breaks in between, etc. So anyways, so we have focused fully on making our platform accessible through any end devices. And also we are definitely considering having our own, let's say, future multiverse glasses, but to the right timing. But we already know how we are approaching that. And of course, large companies such as Meta, for example, even in cooperation with Ray-Ban and others, they already have invested literally tens of billions of dollars into developing glasses like that for a long time, for the last 10 years. So we're considering doing that at the right timing, the right way.
And I'm pretty sure if the future multiverse will start and many, many million of people will use it, then the
Correct.
market will grow. The market for VR glasses will grow because more people will ask for that. So this will be something that will take some time. But as we see
Sure.
in other industries, you see music industry, they
Yeah.
started with the shellac, I don't know the English word, but then
Yeah.
you increased to tapes and then you had CDs and DVDs and the
Correct.
market grows and develops by time. So we will see
Correct.
this in the future multiverse as well. And we will have perhaps own glasses whenever it's possible and when it's the right time.
Whoever is interested, of course, they can reach out. We will also, let's say, share our recommendations for everyone who is considering in different budget classes, for example, which classes are available or are suggestible for different budgets, which are, let's say, the best ones. This is something that is very important for us. We will also, of course, always share the importance of keeping the balance between use of digital devices on a daily basis. We are building this digital platform for people to be inside of this platform 24/7, but for using it in an efficient way that makes their own life better, more successful, more impactful, and giving tools into the hands of everyone to actually create more impact in the world and coming together to do so in a smart way, in a healthy way, and in a way that is well balanced with the everyday life. Yeah.
And it's important to mention we are not a gaming platform. We are a business platform. So we want to bring business around the world together. And if you do business, then perhaps you have a special case, you have a meeting, or you say, okay, I want to visit a company. I want to see how the progress is working on my products or things like that. For this purpose, you use your VR glasses. You don't need VR glasses to use the future multiverse at all. So it's accessible by many, many devices. You told that you can use it in 2D, but for special cases, it's necessary and it's the special feature of the future multiverse that you can use VR glasses. We will be used by many, many people, many millions of people around the world for the next time. And the more people will ask for VR glasses, the prices will decrease. So this won't be a problem at all. This is something very important for many people who asked this. So is there anything else we have to talk about VR glasses? I don't know. I don't think you said many important things. So
I think one thing is that, of course, we will keep, let's say, informing the community also about, let's say, the best possible offers that are on the market, and also with the focus on what are the best to use glasses that are also, again, in alignment with our important value of keeping the health of the people well. And there's, of course, always, when you use technology, you have to know how to use it. We will always educate our community on how to use them in the best way, in the right balanced way, and in an efficient way, just to mention that, because we're building a digital platform, but we're also doing that very responsibly, and we want to do that with the right message also, and the right education at the same time on how to use it in a responsible way, in a most meaningful and impactful way. Very last point, because everyone who has already access to a smartphone or computers and the internet, most of the people are using it on a daily basis. So it's always about the question, how can I use it in even smarter, more efficient, and in a better way without compromising my own health, without compromising, let's say, anything, and to do it in a smart, wise, and in a healthy way. So that's basically our purpose, also to lead by example, really bring also the right education into that space. Because as you mentioned, again, we're not a gaming platform, but a business platform, but of course in a playful way as well, in an inspiring way, in a way that has never been there before. It's our responsibility to also educate the users appropriately.
That was the very first vision of Future Multiverse, to make the world a better place. And this is a way to do it. Nothing more to mention. So in other episodes, we talked about secure and safe future multiverse. Now it's healthy too. Thanks again for your time, dear Simon, and keep updated here on this channel. Watch out for the next episode of Ask the Founder. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.